He was a beloved children's entertainer, Pogo the Clown, a cherished part of his community. But beneath the floorboards of his suburban home, the ground hid the darkest of secrets, a graveyard containing the bodies of dozens of young men. Meanwhile, in a state just miles away, another man began his own horrific journey, using scientific techniques to fulfill his twisted cannibalistic fantasies. Today, Seeker, we're diving into the chilling stories of two of America's most notorious serial killers, John Wayne Gacy and Jeffrey Dahmer. These two men never crossed paths, yet their legacies intertwine in the most horrifying of ways, both embodying the monsters that can lurk behind the unlikeliest of masks. The 1970s, a decade of social upheaval, also bore a new breed of monster, one who hid behind a painted smile and civic duty, while the other operated in shadows, a ghost haunting the marginalized. Join me as we unravel the terrifying tales of their reigns of terror. In the quiet suburb of Norwood Park, Illinois, Gacy was the model citizen, a successful contractor, an ambitious Democratic precinct captain, and a man whose laughter brought joy to children. Pogo the Clown was his creation, a character who entertained at parties, his painted smile serving as the perfect cover for the unspeakable atrocities that lay beneath. But, Seeker, Gacy was a man of stark contradictions. Raised by a violent, alcoholic father, his adult life was a desperate quest for control and acceptance, a yearning that found its basest outlet in darkness. Between 1972 and 1978, he lured at least 33 young boys and men to his home, promising jobs or a warm meal. Can you imagine the fear his victims felt as they entered his home? With his wealth of charm, Gacy increasingly drew them in, only to shatter their lives in unspeakable ways. He practiced his horrific acts using handcuffs. What a twisted version of a magic trick. Strangulation was his weapon of choice, the brutally mundane method of hiding his crimes. The tide began to turn when 15-year-old Robert Pierce vanished after mentioning a job with Gacy. Finally, the police took action, uncovering what they found beneath his home's crawl space: corpses, each a grim testament to a life cruelly extinguished. Horrified, the nation learned that the man who made the children laugh was, in reality, one of history's most prolific serial killers. As Gacy's reign came to a violent end, a deeply disturbed soul was awakening just a state away. Jeffrey Dahmer, unlike Gacy, was drowned in a sea of solitude, marked by social isolation and relentless fascination with death. His father, a chemist, introduced him to dissection, leading him to bleach and preserve animal bones, skills he would later turn against his human victims. Seeker, can you fathom that Dahmer's first murder occurred in the same year Gacy's true nature began to unravel? Over a chilling 13 years, Dahmer claimed 17 lives, driven not by rage, but by a desperate loneliness and fear of abandonment. He didn't just want to kill, he sought total possession, a macabre desire for eternal companionship leading him too far down the path of cannibalism and darkness. His lure was subtle: men discovered at gay bars or bus stops, drugs slipped into the drinks to ensure compliance. What he envisioned was chilling: a docile, zombie-like partner who would never leave him. Picture this for a moment: an apartment so grotesque it resembled a haunted house, with severed heads and body parts serving as twisted trophies. The eerie connection between these two men is haunting. In 1978, As Gussie buried his last victims, Dharma was claiming his own, 2 reigns of terror unfolding simultaneously, each hidden from the public eye. While Gussie thrived on charisma, his perverse craving for control fueled his actions. Can you picture the clown, hiding brutality behind a painted grin? Dharma, in stark contrast, was an introverted ghost, lurking in shadows, his madness rooted in a desperate bid to escape his profound loneliness. The horror in Gussie lay in his duality, a villain in public disguising monstrous intentions. Dharma's terror stemmed from isolation, the quiet man next door, embodying the darkness that can breed within us all. But an essential question arises: which is more terrifying, the charming monster or the one who remains unseen until it's too late? This journey into the maelstrom of criminal psychology is as unsettling as it is compelling. If you've made it this far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join me regularly to explore the darker truths of human nature and the stories that keep unraveling. In the coming weeks, we'll delve into more fascinating stories that will keep you questioning your beliefs about good and evil. Now, let's return to the shocking conclusions of these monstrous tales. Gussie's fate turned when investigators zeroed in on the missing Robert Piest. After careful surveillance, he cracked, revealing the gruesome truth under his house. Convicted of 33 murders in March 1980, Gussie showed almost no remorse, chillingly declaring his only guilt was running a cemetery without a license. He met his end by lethal injection in 1994. Dharma's capture was almost comically tragic. An escapee named Tracy Edwards flagged down police on July 22, 1991, revealing the horror unfolding in Dharma's apartment. They found horrifying evidence, shocking even the most seasoned officers. Dharma was sentenced to 15 life terms, later meeting a violent end in prison in 1994, the same year as Gussie's execution. These discoveries shocked the world, leading many to confront the terror of the monster next door. The chilling truth revealed that evil can thrive behind closed doors and white picket fences, far from the shadowy alleys we often imagine. The stories of John Wayne Gacy and Jeffrey Dahmer embody a dark chapter in the crime history of our time. 1. A smiling phantom wielding charm and power, the other, a quiet specter, suffocated by darkness. Though their approaches differed, their crimes shattered our illusions of safety, leaving a haunting question: which is scarier, the monster in disguise, or the one who lurks unseen? If you've stayed for this rollercoaster of emotions, I deeply thank you. I shared this story, Seeker, because it fascinated me, reflecting our own potential for darkness. So, if you found value in this exploration, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel because it's where you, Seeker, uncover the forgotten truths of your African heritage, turning your doubts into belief with every eerie tale. And for that one viewer who watched till the end, watch more of my videos. I drop new stories every week. Don't miss out on the revelations waiting for you. Thank you for joining me, and remember, the story doesn't end here, it never truly does. Until next time, stay curious.